It will also require information and rapid decision making and reactions.
Okay.
The invasion of locusts in the sub-region requires both regional and national collaboration and preparedness. Accordingly, individual countries are expected to put up rapid response mechanisms to contain any such possible outbreaks. It is against this backdrop that we are here this morning, gathered to share experiences and put in place the required human, logistical, and financial resources to address any locust threat.
Experts describe the fight against these pests as a race against time.
It's a race against time because locusts, they are very devastative. Locusts, they don't have boundaries. And locusts, they are feeding habits because of the feeding habit they have and the level of, the multiplication of their population, the numbers is so rapid. And if you look at the environmental, agroecological factors now, they are all conducive for any locust development. And therefore, locusts, the moment they invade you, they can feed on all the cropland and the natural vegetation within days.
The FAO has got some, comparative advantage in the accumulation of experience in fighting this disaster. We have acquired a lot of experience from many parts of the world on how best to position ourselves in fighting the desert locust. And all this wealth of experience will be put at the disposal of the Gambia in ensuring that we prevent the incursion of this pest, which is just around the corner.
2 locust fighter aircrafts are already available for the campaign, courtesy of His Excellency the President. Notwithstanding this, there is a lot more to be fixed if Gambia is to successfully defend its territory against the potential arrival of desert locusts.
So although we are prepared to some level, but there are still gaps that need to be filled.
What are these gaps?
Some of the gaps is mobility, pesticide, training, human resource, equipment, be it control equipment, survey equipment, and other infrastructure.
Locust infestation has been known in this part of Africa since time immemorial. The Gambia experiencing a full-scale infestation in 1986, 88, 94, and in 2004 and 2005 cropping season, resulting to a severe economic and crop losses. Another invasion may jeopardize our food self-sufficiency drive. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
It is the peak of the breeding season for the avifauna population of the Gambia as summer unveils in complete form. Bird watchers capitalize on the opportunity to register bird species that migrate to the country in search of better habitats and favorable conditions. Our Ibrahim Ajata recently went bird watching, and he now tells us more about some of the new discoveries.
A melee of chirping birds singing dissimilar songs in one big and luxuriantly green habitat. Birders quickly scan the area, moving slowly and stealthily through the underbrush to identify the assorted species inhabiting the spot, with binoculars all set and poised to track the concealed avifauna. The lead guide suddenly sights a known variety and calls out its name, giving concise details of the bird's character and its precise location on the lavish vegetation. Meanwhile, every birder is attempting a better view of the bird, watching and delighting in its open and unchecked freedom at home in the shrubbery. Its birding in the natural habitat, a refreshing activity rousing deep connections to nature. These are members of the bird-watching group called Habitat Africa, exploring the avifauna riches of the West Coast region.
And these are the guides that I have trained myself, and today they are with me. I have taken this initiation to take them round into the country, which is sponsored by myself, to take them all the bird watching areas to see the different type of birds after the season or in the beginning of the rainy season, so that we see how different the birds are at this time of the year. And this organization, I call it Habitat Africa.
Africa, it's like a new initiative,
That's
which
right.
I mean you have started.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's been a long time,
Okay.
because I've been into this for more than 25 years,
Of course.
and I have training my guides for about 20 years now. I've been doing this. The organization is
name Habitat Africa
Yeah.
seems to rather, I mean, envelope the entire African
Exactly,
continent.
yes.
Can you, I mean, explain why you chose it?
Yeah, I choose the name Habitat Africa because we are Africans,
Yes.
and we can go any part of Africa to do the bird watching. We need to know all the habitats in Africa.
Birding, especially during summer, is great fun on the Smiling Coast. As early as the first rains, multitudes of migratory birds make their way to the Gambia in search of ideal habitats, food, and favorable conditions. The urge to discover new and unknown birds gets no better as the avifauna world settles to breed and reproduce.
Lots of male birds nowadays would be advertising themselves to the females. So either they display very well into the air, or they use their vocal in order to attract females to mate.
It's the breeding season, huh?
Yeah, majority of the birds now are breeding because you have lots of insects about, weather is good.
Hundreds of assorted varieties frequent the sumptuous woodlands of Katong on any given day, and a chance sighting of a new and undiscovered species is totally within reach for those ready to explore the extra mile. Ibrahim Jata, GRTS.
You can monitor GRTS Radio live on our website at www.grts.gm. We'll be back with stories from outside the Gambia. Stay tuned.
This is the month of goodness. This is the month of giving. This is the month we reflect upon our lives and spell the name of Allah to fill our souls with faith and love with every step we take, with every smile. We are a nation with a bright future that we walk towards. Hand in hand, as one. We are Africa. Ramadan Mubarak.
Welcome back. The president of Uganda is calling on his people to be cautious, telling them not to avoid even shaking hands. The warning comes after an outbreak of the Ebola virus killed at least 14 people there this month, and health officials are now trying to track down anyone who came into contact with the infected patients. CNN's David Mackenzie has more.
There are at least 4 more suspected cases of the Ebola virus in Uganda, according to health officials speaking to CNN. Those cases have materialized both in the capital, Kampala, and also in the west of the country, in Kibale, where the outbreak is believed to have originated. At first, health officials didn't recognize that this was the dreaded communicable disease. Several weeks went by, and at least one family, or many members of that family were killed, and about 14 are believed to have died already from the Ebola outbreak. Now, because of the delay in recognizing this virus, there are fears that this has spread into other villages around Kibale, as well as possibly across the border into Congo. The Center for Disease Control is mobilizing a team into the area to stamp out this outbreak. The president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, has gone on public television to warn people of making physical contact.
So I therefore appeal to you to be vigilant, avoid shaking of hands, do not take on burying somebody who has died from symptoms which look like Ebola. Instead, call the health workers to be the ones to do it. And avoid promiscuity, because these sicknesses can also go through sex.